Once while staying in a hotel, I was accused of keeping a baby in my suitcase.
Wow,
this
programme's taken a turn.
Yeah. There's a lot to unpack there.
Yeah, keeping a baby.
Good one. Very good. Very good. It's nice to have proper jokes.
Keeping a baby in a suitcase.
Yeah.
So how did this accusation come about?
I was in a hotel foyer and someone said, "Sir, there's a baby in your suitcase." This is a bit crazy, but I have an alarm.
Yeah.
And it wakes me up in the morning so I don't miss my flight. And so this particular time, I'd woken up early.
OK.
Yeah.
And so the alarm didn't go off and I didn't switch it off.
Oh, I see. And what is the sound of the alarm?
Crying baby.
So you've chosen... do you have children? You have children of your own?
No, I don't have any.
You have to think about that then. So no children, but you've decided to do is get the worst part of having children and make it your alarm clock.
Yeah, well, that's because my friends who have kids have told me that that sound will definitely wake you up.
Oh, I see.
So it was still in your suitcase, and then it went off, and the crying appeared to come from the suitcase.
Did you have to open the suitcase to prove that it wasn't a baby?
At some point, yes.
Did you?
Of course he did. Can you imagine security going, "Is that a baby in there?" No. All right, then we'll leave it.
Jason, what do you think? I sort of think it's true. It's so crazy.
What do you think?
Yeah, I'm kind of at that same point that it's so crazy that it might be true.
Yeah, it might be true. I mean, I don't understand why the noise of a baby crying rather than a normal alarm.
Well, think about it this way.
Yeah.
The same app gives you, like, tons of sort of sounds to go to sleep to as well.
Why is he trying to convince us?
Well, yes, he's trying to convince us.
He's trying to convince us. We were already going towards truth.
That's the obvious sign of a lie when people want you to believe it.
Come on, what's it going to be?
Oh, I'm baffled.
You're a little thrown, aren't you?
I think of it as a little throne. Thank you.
Very nice. Very nice.
I just think true.
You still think true, despite the last-minute attempt to convince?
Yeah, I think it's double bluffing.
Still true?
I think lie.
You've gone over.
Sorry.
It's a I'm going to go true.
How upsetting will that be for Bryony? You're essentially calling her a liar.
I'm not calling her a liar. I'm calling her an idiot.
All right, Loiso, was it the truth or was it a lie?
It is the absolute truth.
On a dark winter's night, I once broke into the garden of the local witch's house and was shocked by what I found there.
David, Steve.
OK, at what point...
There's a lot of questions, isn't there?
At what point in your life did this happen?
I'm going to guess somewhere between when I was 11 and 13.
12?
I'm going to say 12.
And you say the local witch's house. What do you mean by that?
I mean, this is a very distant memory now.
OK.
It was the house, not very far from me, where all the kids said that the witch lived.
And who did live there?
I don't know their name.
Right.
I'll call them Mary Candles. It had hedges at the front, you know, it's like uncut hedges, a front gate covered with hedging, and it said on the front gate, it said simply the words, "No thanks."
No, really?
So that's quite creepy, isn't it?
Can I ask a question? You started that with saying you were shocked by what you saw there.
Yeah. Yes. Yes, so shocked by what I found there.
So what did you find there?
I'm not comfortable with telling you that just yet. Sorry, I'm not.
This is going so far, it's got to be a lie, isn't it?
Let me just say, it does not have to be a lie. Whatever he says, however absurd, it could still be true. However plausible, it could still be a lie. It's just, essentially, what we are doing for this section is entirely futile. We will talk for a bit, then we will guess, then it will be over.
So how did you come to go into this house? Who were you with?
I was with, what's he called? I was with Ken Numbers. I changed it, yeah. Ronnie Calculator's son. The vibe is, it's very unkempt, it's the gardening, because as we all know, Lee, witches hate gardening, wizards hate plumbing. Right? So we knew it was a female residence.
Right. So you've never seen Mary Candles, but you were only speculating it must be a witch rather than a wizard because it was an unkempt garden with no sign of deficient plumbing.
Exactly. And, you know, we wanted to be the first people who said, no, we penetrated, you know, its boundaries.
Yeah.
We went into the front lawn, down a gate to the side, past the bins, past the back door, and then to the window where there was a light on, a big picture window, looked inside, and that's when we saw this extraordinary sight. Well, extraordinary to us as 12-year-olds.
What was it? You've got to say.
It was a tiny, tiny horse. And I'm not saying it was watching television, that was all that was in the room. It was a tiny horse and a television on. I did get in the house.
You got in the house?
Yes, Mrs. Candles came out.
Right.
Yes, and she said to me, you're one of the Mortimer boys, aren't you?
Were you?
Yeah. So Ken said. And she said, would you like to come in and see the horse? And she took us in, and it stank of paraffin. It was hot.
That's horse?
Hot. No, well, the house...
I thought about the horse stunk of paraffin.
The horse did stink, actually.
Did he?
Yeah.
Of?
Meat, hot meat. As we were looking at the horse, I always remember this, she came in, and she had a toilet seat in her hand. And she said, if I gave you some money, do you think you could get rid of this for me?
What did you do with it?
Just threw it on our way home, just threw it somewhere else, I imagine.
Did she say what the horse's name was?
Max.
Yes. You'd have thought minimum.
All right, well, now, Suggs, what are you thinking about this?
I mean, you know, it's so preposterous, but David's flung me by saying this is the way he carries on anyway.
Oh,
Yeah, same.
I mean, but no, I'm saying lie, of course.
You say it's a lie.
It was when you said the horse smelt like hot meat.
Well, do you remember the detail of the paraffin heaters?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
We're talking 40, maybe 50 degrees there with those old...
40 or 50 degrees centigrade. So we're talking like the temperature of the desert in Saudi Arabia.
Did you ever see Mary Candles again?
No, never.
Never saw her again?
Never saw her again.
She probably melted in that heat.
All right, what are you going to say then, David?
Do we think lie?
I think it's a lie. I think it's a
it's
lie.
a lie, David.
I think it is a lie.
All right, they're saying it's a lie. Now, we should bear in mind that when it comes to Bob, David has a very poor track record. Let's see if he can be better tonight. Bob, truth or lie?
I was telling the truth.
It's true. Bob really did break into a creepy garden.
Right. I once turned down an invitation to meet Prince because I wanted to stay at home and watch Only Connect.
Lee's team.
What's Only Connect?
Are you serious?
What is it? I don't know what it is.
This is awkward. David's wife hosts it.
I'm with you there. Thanks,
You don't know
Ellie.
either.
No.
Oh, well, I mean, thank you for taking the opportunity let's not leave any stone unturned in terms of not having heard of
Well, let's
the
just
programme.
check then. Mist, have you heard of Only Connect? Only Connect is one of the most intelligent... Is quiz? Is a very...
Quiz, it is
You
a
haven't
quiz.
seen it either, have you?
Yes, I have. Of course I've seen it. I have seen it. Only Connect, hosted by Victoria Coren Mitchell, who inexplicably married David.
Anyway, what was the situation where you got invited to meet Prince?
He rather fell in love with my furniture.
It's funny, actually, because my dog was called Prince, and he fell in love with the furniture.
Did he? But no, my office had a call from Prince's people saying that he was coming to the UK doing a series of smallish tours, and he wanted Lawrence Llewellyn Furniture to be part of his green room experience.
Are you a big Prince fan?
Yes, actually, back in my youth, I was a really very passionate Prince fan.
So wouldn't that have been a big thing for Prince to actually purchase some of your furniture?
Huge! Absolutely enormous thing.
That quiz must have been good, innit?
He knows.
It is a very good quiz.
He knows.
What happens on Only Connect, Lawrence? No one else answers.
That's a very good question,
So
actually.
it's sort of general knowledge. There are hieroglyphics involved.
Name them.
There is the horned viper.
Is there? Her name is Victoria.
That one just slipped out.
I am so sorry. I couldn't. I saw the open goal. I had to get in before him. I'm sorry.
Yeah, just so you know, don't ever kneel behind the desk in David's crotch again. OK, so that's true, yeah. And where were you going to meet him?
After one of his gigs. And, of course, that was his last thing before, you know, he then no longer existed. You know, we did rather miss the opportunity.
Please tell me you didn't do the speech at the funeral.
No.
Did you do a tour of Britain or just one venue?
I think this was part of a tour because we had to move the furniture around.
Oh, so the furniture went with him. Every single green room was decked with this stuff.
It was.
So it was a bit of a contract for you.
Can you not sneer when you say this stuff? Okay.
So basically, he's gone to you, DFS is closed.
What are we going to say? What do you think? Truth or lie?
I want to say it's a lie, but I think it's true.
Do you? What do we think?
I'm going to say it's a lie.
OK, you say lie, you say true.
Truth.
So it's all down to you.
So I'm going to go with Jade.
OK, you're saying it's true.
Yes.
Lawrence, Prince, truth or lie?
It is true.
Yes, it's true. Lawrence really did snub Prince so he could watch Only Connect.
After a misunderstanding, I once became a chauffeur for one of the Jackson 5.
David Mitchell.
All right.
Which one of the Jackson 5?
Jermaine.
Ah, that's a shame.
So, why were you accidentally a chauffeur?
Well, I was at an event. There were lots of celebrities there. It was at a huge venue in Leicester Square. I was with my best friend's husband.
Oh, that's very broad-minded.
You're at the event. What's the misunderstanding?
Well, this very flustered sort of PR type came up to me and said, oh, I've got a terrible dilemma. One of my clients' car isn't here. And do you have a car? And I said, yes, do. She said, could you possibly drop my client off on your way home? But when I said to her, yes, I do have a car, she thought I meant a chauffeur-driven car. But I have my own car round the corner. So I said, well, I'll just go and get it and sort it.
And what sort of car did you bring?
It was a Saab.
It's a nice car, a Saab.
Yeah.
Saab's nice.
It's not the sort of car that you'd expect to be sort of sent for a pop star to be driven away in, though. So it's good. It's visually incongruous, but still a quality piece of Swedish engineering.
Which is exactly what I said to Jermaine.
So you pull up outside, and out comes Jermaine Jackson.
With his wife.
Yes.
Oh, right. So now this is quite cramped for a Saab.
What state was your car in? I mean...
Not good. Bird feces on the windscreen. And just like a mess inside.
Really? Yeah. And how did he react when he got in?
Oh, he was very kind of polite. It was a bit like taking a child to nursery in many ways.
In what way?
Well, he just seemed to be going...
So how dirty was your car?
And there were lots of paps around. So there were like 3 paps on the bonnet of my car.
No.
There were, like, trying to obviously not get my best friend's friend Roland's picture. And
So in the papers the next day, who is the mystery man with Joe Brand and Mr. and Mrs. Jermaine Jackson?
just while we're here, very quickly, one of the dads from my daughter's primary school, he came out of a restaurant at the same time as Barry Manilow a few years ago, and they were papped, and his picture went all the way around the world as Barry Manilow's new husband.
What are you thinking, Lucy? Does this strike you as true?
I'm going to go lie.
Why?
There are a few elements. Driving to Leicester Square, one of them.
That's a very good point. Who the heck drives to Leicester Square?
I had a question about that. Where were you parked?
Yes.
It's always about the admin with David. If this is true, she's been telling this anecdote for years, and no one's ever gone, where did you park?
That's because previously she wasn't in a context where people were going to go, I think you're lying. They were just happy to enjoy the anecdote. Whereas the situation I've been put in is I have to decide whether or not it's true, which means I have to break social convention to a certain extent and be more sceptical about the anecdote than I would be at, say, a party. So, Joe, I ask you again. On the occasion when you picked up Jermaine Jackson from a large venue in Leicester Square, where did you go to fetch your car from? You must remember that walk. You're leaving the event, you're going with your
Do you know
friend's
what, David?
husband.
I disagree.
You're
I think
going
if
with
you
your
were at a
friend's
party,
husband.
you would talk like this.
Well, I've never been invited to a party, so I'll never know. You must remember where it was parked.
Well, I don't.
So what do you think then, Joe? Is this true?
No, I think it's not.
I think it's a lie.
Yeah.
I don't just for...
Lucy thinks it's a lie.
Yeah.
OK, we'll go lie. We'll go lie.
You're saying it's a lie?
Yes.
OK. Joe, truth or lie?
It is true.
It's true. Joe did once give a lift to Jermaine Jackson.
I once broke Bob Marley's toilet.
These two.
Wow.
When was this?
This was in the 90s, because must have been about 8.
When did Bob Marley pass away?
Bob Marley passed away in the 80s, but I mean, I just broke his toilet. I didn't.
Oh, yeah, I'm not accusing you of anything.
Yeah.
Where is Bob Marley's toilet?
In Jamaica.
So is his house like a museum now?
Yeah.
You can go around and look around like Graceland.
Yeah, you can have a little
go
look
around the museum and you can use the toilet.
Well, see, that's the... OK, so this is his private toilet.
So it's not for use by...
No, I wasn't meant to be in there.
Right.
I need to go toilet badly, and the other toilet was real far away, and I'm drinking like a big bottle of water the whole way.
Yeah.
And I'm being really annoying to the tour guide.
Deliberately?
No, just because I was this annoying kid, innit? So, like...
Thank God you grew out of that.
Yeah. So as I'm talking and talking, my mum's telling me to shut up, and the tour guide's like, no, he's the future, let him speak. And I kept on asking questions, and then by the end
What
of it,
kind
he
of
was
questions were you asking?
I was just like, what's that? Who's that? Where's Bob? You know what I mean?
Are you sure you weren't playing Guess Who?
Yeah. By the end of it, he was like, this kid needs to shut up.
Right.
And then I was like, I need to go to the toilet badly, And I've rushed in, and it's sort of been slippery on the floor. And I was like, a real fat kid as well. And I've just gone in, I've hit the toilet, and it's sort of just come off.
What, the Lucy?
Yeah, not just the Lucy, the actual toilet free.
The pedestal?
Yeah, the actual pedestal.
porcelain bit?
Yeah,
The
the
actual
porcelain.
porcelain
The porcelains, yeah, it's like shifted round.
Wow.
And as I've tried to get up and I'm slipping and I'm panicking, I've pushed it more and I've broke Bob Marley's toilet.
When he opened the door and you were there in a pool on the floor with a broken toilet, did he still think you were the future?
No, he was so mad. Really? Like, I've never seen a Rasta man not be that chill.
So you're lying on the floor. What did you do next? Did you get up, stand up?
Hey, that was good.
I'm quoting a Bob Marley song for comic effect.
Has anyone been to Jamaica?
What's that got to do with it?
Well, because I would want to know if there's a Bob Marley house that you can walk around.
Oh, probably.
Oh, well, that'll do then. Thanks for the evidence.
I think it's true, you know.
What do you think, Victoria?
True.
True.
Yeah, I've gone against myself.
OK, I'll say it's true.
You're going to say it's true? OK. Jamali, truth or lie?
It is true.
It's true. Jamali really did break Bob Marley's toilet.
I wrote a text moaning about my Strictly Dance partner, then accidentally sent it to my Strictly Dance partner.
Good Lord, Lee's team.
Who was the Strictly Dance partner?
Gilda Horn. So that I live in Germany, and he was my first Strictly partner.
So this is a German celebrity?
Yes, a
Gilda
singer.
Horn. He's not in
Gilda-
the adult film industry.
It's a quite famous man.
What's he famous for?
Singing. He's singing. It was my first year as a dancer on the German show, and it was actually a text before a very important competition, Blackpool, and I was really stressed out.
Blackpool?
Yes.
Does German Strictly get to Blackpool as well? No. Because that would be insane. I don't know why we go to Blackpool. The idea of people all over the world going to Blackpool.
All dancers go to Blackpool.
What did the text say?
Oh. I wrote something like, he's not great, and I'm so glad that this is over soon, and then I'll be stress-free for the rest of my life.
But then you sent it to him?
I sent it to him, and he was standing in front of me.
Why didn't you just tell him?
He asked me the same question.
How long had you known him at this point?
2 weeks.
So you were 2 weeks into the training?
Yes.
And who were you sending it to, the text, or you thought you were sending it to?
To my dance teacher, because he was asking me how you're keeping up.
Did you realise the moment his phone pinged?
No, I realised when he came to me.
Which was when? Straight away or in...
Straight away.
Wow, that's German and efficient, isn't it?
And what did he say?
He's like, thanks.
So how are things between you now, then, after this event?
We became intense friends because once the truth is out, it's out.
Lots of people become intense friends on Strictly, don't they?
No.
And how did you do ultimately, and how far did you go? I'm in the competition.
We were fifth. Not bad, right?
Not bad at all. What do you think, Shazia?
I think there's some truths in it, but it's generally a big lie.
What about you, Steve?
Yeah, there's a few things that don't quite add up for me. I'd go lie.
Think lie?
A lie.
OK, well, I'll go lie as well.
You're going to say that it's a lie?
Yeah.
OK, Motzi, it's a lovely story, but is it true or is it a lie?
Well, it's true.
It's true. Motzi accidentally sent a text to her dance partner.
For several months, I had to sleep on the floor because I'd given up my bed for a sunbed.
Lee's team.
When was this, Claudia?
Yes. I think it was in the 90s.
Why did you give it up as opposed to just getting a sunbed?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, because...
Have a little read of it again if you need to.
No, I'm absolutely fine. Who needs a bed? I'll sleep on the floor. More important to be orange.
Was it...
Sounds like someone speed dating with an Oompa Loompa.
There you go.
Right, talk us through the process of how you got a sunbed.
Yeah, I didn't purchase one. I borrowed one for a bit, for some money.
For what?
She's trying to say she rented one, I think.
That's what happened. I rented
So you rented a sunbed?
I rented. Hello, have you got a sunbed? I'll give you some money.
Yeah?
Yeah, and then for a couple of months, for several months.
How much was a sunbed in the 1990s?
Well, it was about £40 a month.
40 quid a month to rent a sunbed.
And they were called sunbeds for rental.
Wow, what a great name.
Yeah,
.com.
.com. In
the 1990s.
No, it wasn't .com. Just hello, VHS, other things, toasties, and we put sunbeds. And
Hello,
drop biscuits.
sunbeds, toasties and
That's what it was.
Pop-Tarts.
Yeah.
What do you want?
Where are you living? Have you set out into the world as a young Claudia?
I'm at university.
Oh.
Where were you at university?
Cambridge.
No.
No.
It's a lie. It's a lie.
What did you study?
History of art.
We could test her on that. Go on, Ed.
When was the first painting?
So where was this room? Was it in a campus block?
No, it was in a road.
Just a room in a road? Was it surrounded at all by a house?
It was in a house.
Did you sleep on the floor next to the sunbed?
Curled up like a mushroom. That's how I sleep.
Well, you're probably under the lamp too long.
Did you ever bring anyone back after a night out?
I had quite an unsuccessful love life at university.
Were they just men leaving more tanned than when they came in?
Kate, what do you think?
Well, it's tricky, isn't it? Because the way she's stumbling and hesitating could be a complete, you know, red herring. Orange herring. I'm going to go lie.
The thing is, Claudia's been on the show many times before, and sometimes she tells the truth, sometimes she lies, but what I've learnt about her is she doesn't know what's going on in her own life.
Have you got one now at home?
No, because I found a new way.
What's the new way?
Being spray painted. Once a week, twice a week during Strictly.
I had a spray tan once.
You had a spray tan?
Yeah, when we did the trip to Greece, they wanted us to look a little bit tan before we went. So a girl came round to my house, set up what looked like a crime scene tent in the,
there you go.
in the living room, put paper pants on me, and went...
She actually put them on you? Well, I never get them on, dear. Come on, lift your leg up.
Is she telling the truth or telling a lie?
I think we go true.
You think it's a lie, don't you?
I think it's a lie.
I think it is true.
You're going to say true? OK. Claudia, was it the truth or was it a lie?
It is true.
Yes, it's true. Claudia really did sleep on the floor to make space for a sunbed.
After seeing a regression therapist, I genuinely believe that in a past life, I used to be a medieval Frenchman.
David, Steve.
A regression therapist?
Yes.
So what's a regression therapist?
So it's a therapist who gives you regression.
I mean, thank you for putting those words in a different order.
More than welcome.
So why is it therapeutic to be told you were someone in the past?
Well, they don't tell you who you are. They get you to a place where you remember who you are.
Past life regression takes a while to get to. So how many...
Have you done it?
I have started to talk to my therapist about it, but it's not an easy journey. It's a very bumpy ride to get to where you're going. So how long did it...
That may just be your therapist saying, Michelle, this is going to take quite a few sessions. At $350 a time.
You underload. On the NHS, one session. Pull yourself together, thank you.
So go on then, Chizzy. What do they do?
You lie on the sofa, and it's kind of like being hypnotised, where you get to a certain state and they start asking you questions of what you can see.
And what could you see?
So the first thing I saw was I landed in this field and they said, what's on your feet? And I said they were like these metal shoes and they sort of pointed.
So armour?
Yes.
Essentially the booty bit of armour?
Yes.
I've never heard you sound so butch in my life.
So I realised I was in armour because of the way I was walking, and then I walked towards this big castle. It was ruined. The castle was ruined completely.
So you're walking forward, clank, clank, clank. You go in the castle.
More likely to be clank, clank, clank once you get to the castle, which would probably have had some sort of floor, whereas the field was more...
Yes.
You walk to the castle, clank, 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 clank. And then there's like the drawbridge, a more resonant...
Clogum, clogum, clogum.
Yeah. And so you get there, and why is the castle ruined?
There's been a war.
Nothing to do with us. Preempting what would be said next. So,
no, there's been a war, and there's also bears.
What?
There's bears.
From the Happy Mondays?
No, bears.
Bez from the Happy Mondays.
Oh, bears.
She said there was also Bez.
Don't say it again, Rob.
I said from the Happy Mondays. Thank you.
So you're in in a castle.
Yes.
The castle's in ruins.
Yes.
And there's bears.
What,
Yes.
from the Happy Mondays?
And is the idea behind this that we were all one person before, or we've been lots of people?
We've been lots of people before.
So if you go for the next session, you might get one of the other people.
Absolutely
You might not, and then you sort of go, I want to find out what happened to the medieval Frenchman. No, you can't do that. You're the Greek soothsayer today.
Some parts, I think, of the Buddhist faith believe that you carry on until you've lived every life.
That's it. Wow. So
Every life. At some point, David, I'm going to be you. And I'm going to do it differently.
But can you do it differently? In this system where we all get a go being everyone, doesn't it all just, the ride goes the same, whatever? You sort of think, actually, no, I'm actually Lee Mack being David Mitchell, so I'm going to do it more northern. But it's too late. No, you've got to do David Mitchell. You can't. That could be happening now. You could be doing me, I could be doing you.
I'm not doing you now, David.
I think if you were doing yourself, you'd be being funnier than you are now with me doing it.
If I was doing myself now, I would be thrown off the show again.
What about you, David? Do you think you've lived other lives, David?
No, I don't think.
Do you
I've
have
lived
any
other
time
lives.
for this poppycock?
My
Is that your nickname for him? Get a room, you two!
Michelle, I think you're going true.
100%.
Right.
I mean, Michelle is so convinced that it's true
Yeah.
that I would then go with Michelle.
It's not hard to believe you went to a therapist and lay down and closed your eyes and had a think. And that out of the thinking came some notion of clanking around, and that would make the story true, wouldn't it? I think we're going to say true.
Right. Chizzy, was it true, or were you telling a lie?
Oh, guys, come on. Yeah, it's true.
Yes, it's true. Chizzy really does believe she used to be a medieval Frenchman. Lycett is first tonight.
Oh, yes, OK.
I once had a fight with a flamingo and won.
Last Christmas, the biggest family row in the Lycett household was over how many doof-doofs there are in the EastEnders closing theme tune.
Oh.
Lee Mack's team.
So you mean the bit just before the music starts, I think, I mean, obviously, you know, you were in EastEnders.
Yeah, but I never actually got myself a duff-duff.
Oh, no.
I was there for 6 years, no duff-duff.
You never had a duff-duff?
I had one duff-duff, and Wendy Richards was in it, and then when they took it to the edit, they zoomed in on her and cut me out of the duff-duff. How many duff-duffs did your family decide there were?
So, it was a generational gap. So
Yes.
me and my sister thought there were 8, because there are 8. My parents thought there were 7.
Give us your 8.
Doof, 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 doof.
Oh, I think you're wrong.
Excuse me, though.
No,
that can't be. That's not how many doof-doofs there are.
Yeah.
That's how many doofs there are. If the unit is doof-doof, then there are 4.
He does have a point, you know.
David has never been invited to someone's house for Christmas.
I think you stuck too many duffs in there.
Go on, you do it.
Duff, 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 duff.
No. That's not it.
You were in the show! Did you, at the end of the night, find out exactly how many duff-duffs there were, or did you just leave it, we're right, you're wrong, without no
Yeah,
sort
basically, we didn't rewind.
So we don't
were on
actually know
something else.
right now with our 8.
Well, we do. It's 8. It is 8.
You ain't really checked it, have you?
Yeah, I have.
You have checked it?
But you didn't
because
check it
I've
at the
watched
time.
EastEnders and I know...
But I've watched EastEnders, but I don't ever count
I don't
it.
think you have.
I think there's only 3, because I think the fast ones at the end aren't duff-duffs, they're something else.
Like a little...
I'm sort of with Joe. I think it's probably 2 to 2.5 doof-doofs, or 4 to 5 doofs.
What's a
before
half
the
doof?
nature, the nature of the noise changes such that it can no longer be labelled either a doof or a half doof-doof.
So, yes. Well, bearing that in mind and knowing your love for music, give us your rendition, then, of the end drum.
Now, I feel that would be... I'd be humiliated.
Would you like me to give you a lead-in, a dramatic moment?
No, thank you.
This is Elsie, who works in a laundry.
Who's Elsie?
She was never in EastEnders.
She's a character that I've created.
Well, what about Dot Cotton? Can't you get her?
You look a bit like Dot Cotton.
You do a bit.
You've definitely got.
Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm going to try it.
Oh.
I think that's Mick Jagger you're doing it.
I don't know what's happened to my laundry. It's gone somewhere.
Doof, 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 doof.
All right. What do you think?
Well, that sounds like the washing machine's broken.
Yeah.
See, I think after about 5 minutes, I would have just gone to the YouTube and had a little look on there. I think he's lying.
I always like to go counterintuitive, so I'm going to say I think he's lying as well. Yeah.
OK, I'm going to have to say lie.
You're going to have to say lie. OK, Joe Lycett, truth or lie?
It's a lie.
Oh, very good, guys.
And Joe Swash, there's a treat for you, because you said you never had a doof-doof. We're going to give you one tonight. Whatever you want to say, something dramatic, and it's going to come in. It's going to happen.
And trust me, it doesn't matter what you say, because we're all just going to be counting.
OK, Joe, here we go.
Is it my baby?
Oh, there's 9!
It's 10!
It's 9. It's 9.
There was 9 in there.
It's 9.
I once went into a business meeting in a restaurant at the top of the Shard, but was so overcome by the views, I had to finish the meeting sat under the table.
David's team.
Are you afraid of heights?
No. I'm just very into views. The view is just unbelievable of London, and I'm someone that's always been in awe of basically looking up. I read about that in my book, in fact.
That's the first time anyone has ever plugged a book.
There you go.
And that is why he's a successful businessman.
And did you say you sat under the table?
I went under the table after. The reason why I ended up under the table was because I was uploading the photo to Instagram, and the lighting up there is so bright, so I went under the table and I uploaded the photo to Instagram saying I'll just take in this picture, and I was blown away by it.
So instead of looking at the amazing view, you're looking at the internet.
Social media,
Yeah.
my background.
What was the business meeting about?
We're meeting the CMO of Adidas, I believe, to talk about one of their in-store activations that we were doing at the time, so...
Talking to them about the what?
We were doing a national in-store activation where visuals played in their stores on their...
Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to a brand new show, The Generation Gap. Tonight, old David Mitchell will be meeting Stephen, and he'll be getting very confused. Don't worry, we'll be bringing you a cup of tea in a moment.
A social media campaign with Adidas across...
Right, so lots of things on the internet about shoes. Smash it.
Right, what do you think? Is he telling the truth?
Well, it's interesting because it sounded like the story. He was under the table because he was so intimidated by the view or scared.
That's what I thought he was going to say.
But no, it's the opposite. It's you love the view and you were so keen to share it, because that's the thing is, you need to share it so that you can believe it actually happened. And that's the thing. We want to make a mark on the wall. Some build cathedrals, others tweet. We all want to leave a mark.
What about you, Chris?
I believe that Stephen is probably one of them kinds of guys that would like to relive the moment he's just had 5 minutes ago, rather than just having another moment.
What do you think, Shirley?
I think it's plausible, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, we'll go with that. Well, I think we'll go true.
You're going to say it's true?
Yeah.
Stephen, was it true, what you just said, or was it a lie?
It was a lie!
OK, well, I'm still blind. Neither of my PPIs work. David, would you save us all a lot of time and read my card out for me, please?
Gladly. During lockdown, I bought a pogo stick to use as a home-school teaching aid.
All right, Lee's team.
OK, so, Chris, have you got children?
Just the one.
And this was for, what, your homeschooling PE or something?
Yes. When we did homeschooling, we split up the tasks. I was in charge of PE and maths, and my wife was in charge of reading and art for obvious reasons.
At what age is your child?
During lockdown, she was 6.
And do you do anything else for PE or just pogo stick?
I'm quite a lazy guy, Lee. So I realised that when you're on a pogo stick and you're bouncing away, what you're trying to do is see how many you can do.
How many repetitions without touching the ground?
Yeah, and maths
You have
is
to
also...
touch the ground, Lee, to be fair. Otherwise it's levitating, which we still haven't mastered.
I appreciate you said it for comic effect, Rob, but you know exactly what I meant.
Well, what I tried to do is I realised that how many is also what you do often in maths. And I could consolidate all of my teaching efforts into one tidy little package of minimal effort. So I invented pogo maths.
OK.
And you just shout out some sums and they have to bounce out the answers.
But are they experienced in pogo sticking? Because it's quite hard.
Well, I mean, it does help if you can use a pogo stick first, so you have to get over that hurdle, but that's, you know...
You have to get over a hurdle as well.
I appreciate you said that for comic effect.
Thank you, Rob.
We have a pogo stick.
Yeah, well, it's Chris's card. Make him do it.
I don't think the BBC's got enough money to cover the insurance on this.
Don't worry, I've got this covered, Chris. Like the card, let David do it for you.
There is a pogo stick behind you, I believe.
Oh, my gosh.
There it is. Don't do it there, and make sure you're 2 metres away from me.
Right.
Down you go. Now, Chris...
Hang on, let me have a practice go first.
He's not doing
this
it,
is going
Chris.
really well, Chris. Dead easy.
Are you ready?
Yes.
What is 8 minus 5?
OK. The problem I've got now is if I bounce and fall off after, say, 2, you don't know if I'm bad at pogo or bad at maths. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Give him...
Well, this is good because you've got to get them all right if you want to do dinner tonight.
So let's just see how many I can do.
Yeah, let's see how many you can do.
I'll try and jump up onto that. How about that?
No.
Don't do it, Lee, don't do it!
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
I've got no idea what's going on.
So, having experienced it...
Yes.
Do you think he's telling the truth?
What do we think?
I didn't know they still did pogo sticks.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes.
Imagine how hard you could hit the ball with a spring-mounted snooker cue. I mean,
that's a good point.
Yeah.
So what are you thinking about this story?
The more I think about it, the more I think it wouldn't work because the white ball's going to spin back.
No. We're talking now about the maths and the pogo.
Right.
Do you reckon it's true?
I think it's true that Chris is lazy.
I'm not really blind, it just gets me out of doing things.
Listen, tell me about it, mate. I do it all the time myself. How do you think I park so close to Sainsbury's?
I think he's lying.
You think he's lying?
I think he's lying as well.
You think he's lying? We'll go with my team and say he's lying.
OK, saying it's a lie. So, Chris, maths on the pogo stick. Was it true or was it a lie?
Pogo maths, copyright, Chris McCausland, 2020. True.
Oh! Sorry.
Yes, it's true. Chris did use a pogo stick to teach his daughter maths.
Right. An ex-boyfriend once dumped me after he found the list of pros and cons I'd made about him.
Oh, my gosh.
Please, team.
How long had you been seeing this guy for?
I'd been seeing him for about 6 months.
And how did you meet him?
I met him at Carnival.
All right.
Anything in Carnival just seems really excitable and nice.
Yeah.
And then when the sun's not shining and the Calypso stops playing, you realise, OK, this is not as nice as I thought it was.
So a 6-month relationship that was good for one day?
Yeah.
Let's start with the positives. What was the pros about this guy?
The pros was he was always on time.
Wow. I'll tell you what, there's a guy to your right you're going to like.
He was a good dancer. And he drove.
I don't know, is he still single? Because he sounds great.
What about the cons?
Commitment seemed to be an issue. When I was going through conversations of, exes, it was always very short term.
So he was good at getting there on time, but he didn't want to stay?
This is what I'm saying.
Did you say in your statement that he found this list?
Yeah.
So talk us through that. Well, I mean, you could act it out. Just imagine, David, use your lovely acting skills.
Yes.
And you had bad credit as well.
Bad credit, but I can drive.
Yes.
Yeah, but
I can't imagine this. What is this list?
Firstly, your credit is bad.
OK, I've had some money troubles, but at least I can dance and drive.
Being able to dance and drive is not going to help for a longer relationship because you can't commit to anything. So you're going to wind up on me for 2 weeks and then wind up on somebody else. And
This is great. This is like a mashup of EastEnders and Antiques Roadshow.
Sometimes the truth is what you need. And I tried to make subtle hints to you.
This is a subtle hint. This list of pros and cons.
It was a subtle hint.
See attached sheet.
It was a subtle...
I'll tell you what I have to say now is I'm on David's side in this argument. Come on, David, get your bags. You're coming with me.
Caroline, what are you thinking?
No, I don't think it's true.
You don't think it's true?
John?
Yeah, I think it is.
You think it is? Who do I trust most of these two people? Sell it to me, John.
I'm a terrible judge of character, I've got to say.
I won't lie. I was expecting a bit more positivity in that argument. I'm going to go with Caroline.
All right, Judy, was it the truth or was it a lie?
It was the lie.
It's a lie. Judy didn't make a pros and cons list for her ex.
5 years ago, I spent a whole week building an elaborate contraption just so my wife can let me know when lunch is ready.
David's team.
What is this contraption?
A telephone.
It's a contraption that goes from the house to the bottom of the garden where I spend most of the morning.
But why?
Why? Because I've got a little shed down there where I write.
Describe this contraption to us.
OK, well, it's long. I've got a very long garden.
Mm-hmm.
And it's on a slight incline.
Mm-hmm.
It's made out of tubes, and my wife operates one end. I receive...
Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
I receive something that comes out the other end of the tube. So it's a very long tube, and she puts a little ball in one end. And the ball plops out the other end. And that's when lunch is ready.
You sound like somebody who is teaching sex education but hasn't got a clue yourself. Well, there's a ball at one end and the ball comes out the other end and that's when lunch is ready.
What makes it elaborate? Is it the length of it?
Yes.
How long is it?
Long. 60 metres.
60-metre long garden?
I mean, you're doing well, but not that
doing
well.
all right.
How wide is your garden? Is it 1 metre?
That would be great, wouldn't it?
And 8 metres wide.
Why doesn't she just phone you or text you or WhatsApp you?
Because, Rob, there's no phone reception at the bottom of the garden.
You said your garden's on an incline, so if she's putting a ball in one end, how's that travelling up?
Well, it's an incline.
Well, the incline
from my end
is at the house, and the bottom part is... It really is quite simple,
No, but that's a decline.
No, decline is what you would do if David was to suggest something a bit fruity. That is a decline. What happens when it reaches the shed?
It plops...
Oh, yes.
...into the lid of a metal bin.
OK. Oh. So once it's installed, that's it. You can forget about it.
I should take the pipes off the ground.
Oh.
All right. How did you suspend it off the ground?
In a hedge.
The pipe's very important as well, because we had a similar system at my house where we didn't use the pipe. My wife was at the bottom in the shed working, and I used to just roll the golf ball down, and there'd been a heavy snowfall, and it gathered momentum, and it pushed her to death. That's awful. The whole thing was flattened, and that's sadly how my wife died. So it's very important to keep it in case.
All right, well, look, what are you thinking? It does sound to me a little fantastical.
It's peak boredom, isn't it? And some people get bored.
I think the show's going fine.
I think it's true.
I think it's true as well.
I'm going to say it's true.
OK, so, Alex, truth or lie?
60 metres. True!
It's true. Alex has built a contraption just so his wife can tell him when lunch is ready. And we've got a clip of it.
Yes! Oh, my God.
Wow! I love it! I love
It was just like you described it. David.
To keep things exciting at home, every time I fill our tin with normal tea bags, I slip in one Earl Grey, knowing it could surprise me at any time.
Please, Steve. Oh, it's for your own interest, not for the surprise of your wife.
Well, it could. I mean, she could be surprised by it also.
Do you put a normal tea bag in with the Earl Grey and let it brew, or is it in
No, it's in the tin of tea bags.
In the tin?
I
OK.
fill the tin of tea bags with normal tea bags, but with one Earl Grey tea bag in the mix, give it a little bit of a...
This is David's version of an adrenaline sport.
It's not for the flavour.
Oh.
It's for the surprise element.
That's it?
Yeah,
it's as dull as it sounds. That's it.
What you've got to remember is I'm quite an uninteresting person, and I've been doing this programme since 2006. So, you know, this is all we've got now.
Now, the question is when you sip it and it's Earl Grey, is it a pleasant surprise or, damn? Because you obviously don't like it, otherwise you'd be drinking it all.
No, absolutely. Do you know what I think overall, and I'm sorry to make this even more boring than it is already, but overall...
Is it possible?
Yeah. Overall, it is a neutral experience, because I don't like the Earl Grey tea as much, and yet the surprise element brings it up to the same level as a normal cup of tea.
80 bags, box of Earl Grey. You could probably work it out, Lee. Is that 80 weeks that you'll have to have that box of Earl Grey?
How many cups of tea are you drinking a day?
Oh, I mean, loads. 5 to 8.
So 5 to 8. So he's getting through a box of tea bags every 10 days.
Every 10 days.
Takes a long time to get through a box of Earl Grey, although sometimes...
The Earl Grey, hang on, the Earl Grey's almost 3 years old. By the time you've got to the last Earl Grey. And at no point, when you put when you get after...
You're interested now, aren't you? The sheer age of it.
I'm interested
because... old, David.
Because at the end, when you put your last Earl Grey in, and that box is empty, where most normal people would then go, that's probably enough.
Yeah.
You'll go, I think I'll go again. A new 3-year cycle. It's a 3-year commitment each time.
The thing you have to remember, sometimes people come round to the house and if you could believe that, you'll believe anything.
Yeah. But they don't ever leave.
And ask for Earl Grey.
Yeah,
then I'm just willing to take one from the Earl Grey box.
But what if you've run out and it was your final one in the thing? You're like, oh my God! It's disaster.
It's never happened. But obviously, what a frantic and exciting scene.
You say you're welcome to an Earl Grey, but you may have to have...
You find it!
You must have 80 cups of tea to find it. No, you're not going to! They're tied to the radiator in the cellar. Let us go!
OK, time to decide. Lee, what are you going to say?
I believe David is capable of doing this. He needs that little thrill.
You know I need excitement in my life.
You need excitement, but this is a lot of...
It's not exciting.
So you're saying it's a lie. David?
It was, in fact, a lie.
As a child, because I was so shy, I named all the toes on my left foot and formed a gang with them.
Please do.
OK. Well, would you like to tell us the names of the gang, starting with the big toe and going down the row?
Big toe was Daddy Bruiser.
Daddy Bruiser?
Yeah. The one next to it was Long Pete. Because that toe's unusually long on me.
Just before you say any more, just remember, there will be a recap.
Right, yeah, sure.
Keep these names short and rhyming.
OK. And then there was Lindsay.
Lindsay.
The one in the middle.
You've taken my advice, then.
And then my ring toe I named after my Auntie Barbara.
What was that one called?
That was called Auntie Barbara.
Oh, not just Barbara. Auntie Barbara.
Auntie Barbara.
Auntie
Yeah.
Okay.
And the one at the end was called Crushed Daisy, because I used to have a lot of accidents and I used to sort of wang my foot into, you know, like skirting boards or whatever it would be.
Why Auntie Barbara rather than any other auntie?
She's my only auntie.
That's absolutely watertight.
Yeah.
Is she? That's an unusual thing to say about someone's auntie. Your auntie looks very watertight.
So would you talk to your
I
toes?
would talk to them at night. It was night time when I'd get particularly nervous.
Let's go back to young Mike in his bedroom alone at night with his gang. Just recreate for us a little interaction with the toe gang.
It's not going to be untoward, is it? Your parents aren't at the door hearing you say, come on, let me give you a little stroke, Auntie Barbara.
At the end of the bed is a wardrobe where the wood carving is quite sort of ghoulish, quite sort of Munchkin scream thing, which I think was part of the problem. And I'd say, I'd tuck the toes in, don't look at that guy, he can't hurt you, he's made of wood. And then we'd get under the duvet with a little torch and I'd light them up one by one. I would occasionally sort of draw little hats on them and faces and stuff.
Did you not think to ask your parents to just move the cupboard that was scaring you?
I did repeatedly.
And they just didn't?
They refused.
Because
they refused to toe the line. For that, round of applause.
What I want to know is whether some people groaned and clapped. If so, what was going through their mind?
All right, Leisha, what are you thinking?
I don't think it's the truth. Because I feel like, why would you only focus on one foot if you've got another 5 on this side?
Alan, what do you think?
It is so bizarre, it has to be true. I mean,
it?
I feel terribly sorry for you, really. I think it's...
What are you going to say?
I'm going to say it's a lie.
It's a lie. OK. Mike, truth or lie?
I was, in fact, telling a lie.
Yes, it's a lie. Mike did not name his toes.
I taught my kids the alphabet by singing it to the EastEnders theme tune.
Well, we've got to hear it.
Jason's panicking now because he knows the EastEnders theme tune, but he doesn't know the alphabet. We're not going to ask you to do it just yet because we can't win. If he does it badly, he might be bluffing. If he does it well...
We could all try and do it together.
Well, I mean, I've taught my children. I can teach you.
Yeah, let's do it.
It's just one note, one letter. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Lovely.
No. Not lovely. You're clapping, but that's not got a definite end.
It does,
you
because then it goes... And that's how you learn the alphabet.
Yes. He didn't do that,
You're
did he?
a better parent than I am, no. I might incorporate that. I've got a 3-year-old who's going through it at the moment,
Okay.
so...
Right.
although we're doing it with Corrie. Trying to mix it up a little bit.
You could do Corrie for counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6...
Are there any other things you've put to theme tunes?
Yeah, we do the periodic table elements to Doctor Who.
Is EastEnders on in South Africa?
No.
Just get the box set and catch up.
And it was a letter to a note. Because you could have gone A, B, C, D, F, G...
Yeah, but I wanted to make
I
it...
haven't finished. H, I, J, K... L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W,
just
X,
stick another
Y,
song on the end.
That's another way. Sophie, I don't want to put you in this invidious position, but as a pop star, if you had to choose between one or the other, which would you go for?
I did really enjoy
Thanks very much.
Fair enough. No, fair enough.
All right. Is it true?
I don't know, I was just thinking about you saying, who would you choose, me or Jason? I can't help thinking she'd be swiping left for both. I can't help thinking she'd be swiping right for both. I don't know which way around it is, but you can use that in the edit.
I think it's not true.
Sophie?
I'm going to say it's a lie.
Yeah. I think it's a lie.
Jason, truth or lie?
It is a lie.
Yes, it's a lie. Jason didn't teach his kids the alphabet using the EastEnders theme.
I recently had to pull out of a TV show because my teeth fell out.
David's team.
What was the TV show?
Sunday Brunch.
And why had your teeth fallen out?
Because I bit on a Kit Kat Chunky.
I may need you to take...
I'll take the reins.
Lead counsel on this.
OK, so, Bob, for many years, a Kit Kat Chunky was my favourite chocolate because of the lack of suction. Now, you bite into a Curly Whirly, you ain't never getting those teeth back, right?
But when you say the lack of suction, what in God's name do you mean?
What I'm saying here, if you bite into a Curly Whirly, it engulfs your tooth and it ain't letting go.
But it's not suction, is it?
It is suction because it creates a vacuum of ooze.
I am on Munya's side about the word suction in this instance.
Thank you. Oh, on his side?
Yeah, he's Munya, you're Rob, remember?
You're on his side.
Because it is a sort of suction. It sticks, and as it pulls, it creates a vacuum of ooze.
That's it.
Right. So what happened? What befell your teeth?
I keep my Kit Kat Chunkies in the fridge, so it was very hard. So it's like biting into a rock, and I lost.
But not the freezer, though. Just the fridge.
It's. Do you know what? It's a fridge drawer.
Oh, one of those drawers that are refrigerated.
Yeah.
Oh, they're very fancy.
Oh, what a purchase! Yes.
What's the context under which you're eating this? Is it relaxed?
I wasn't thinking about anything in particular. Maybe the band ELO.
Which period of ELO's career would you have been dwelling on?
The early period before they met in Birmingham.
Before they met?
Yes, before
so
they met.
weren't even a band?
No. What are you going to do with your life? I don't know, maybe make stock cubes. Maybe we should start a band.
But you said you were on Sunday Brunch, or did I imagine that?
No, I had to cancel my...
Oh, you cancelled Sunday Brunch?
I lost everyone.
What?
What? You bit into it with abandon, and you lost, what, 4 top teeth?
9.
No. 9?
Yes! All along the top. You take one bite from this...
bite.
And that's it, 9 teeth are toast.
No.
Yes.
It can't be. It can't be. The girth of the Kit Kat Chunky is not 9 teeth.
Yeah. I mean, I couldn't have put it better. It's only going to take 4, 5 maximum.
If it was 3 teeth, would you believe it? In which case...
Too late to change your mind, Bob.
Yes,
I would.
You believe it was 3?
Yes.
You want to think around that?
Why?
Because it might help you to decide whether it's true or false.
No.
David. The mind games.
OK, David, it's time to decide, truth or lie.
What do you think?
OK, I did think it was a truth, just because of everything that's happened.
Yeah,
but now I think the amount of teeth...
Yeah, but here's the thing, right? Imagine it's a lie.
Yeah.
I'm going to bring you down to my hell. But why would he go for 9? Wouldn't he go for a more believable number if he was making it up?
That's true. He would have gone for 2.
So why would he say 9 unless it's true?
Yeah. I can see through Bob, and I know this is a lie. It's up to you, but I'm telling the truth. It's a
What do
lie,
you think?
David. It's
Do you think it's true?
Yeah, but it doesn't say 9
You think
teeth
it's
on the
lie?
card, though. It just says teeth. It just says teeth. He could be trying to be like...
David,
scare
it's
off.
just a game.
It's true.
I think it's true.
No, David.
No, I don't. I think it's a lie. It's a lie. It's a lie.
You think it's a lie?
We're going
It's a lie.
I don't know what I think.
All right,
but I'm saying it's a lie.
Bob, they think it's a lie. Was it a lie, or were you telling the truth?
I was telling the truth.
Yes, it's true. Now, Bob did have to pull out a Sunday brunch when his teeth fell out, and we've got a picture. Take a look at this.